state ferry system.
Yeah.
Well, the National Park Service and the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service published a final series of proposals last month calling for reintroducing grizzly bears to the North Cascades.
So this has been a years-long, on-again, off-again effort, and the latest effort was initiated back in 2022. And joining us this morning to continue the conversation is Dr. Robert Long, the Senior Conservation Scientist and the Director of Living Northwest Program and Wildlife Conservation at the Woodland Park Zoo in Seattle. Doctor, nice to have you with us today.
Really nice to be here. Thank you.
Will you go a little bit more into detail about this long-term plan for grizzly bear reintroduction? What does this mean?
Yeah, so this is a plan for restoring bears to the North Cascades ecosystem. It has been a long time in coming. About 2 weeks ago, there was a final environmental impact statement released that provides a number of alternatives for recovering bears in the Cascades. In about 2 weeks from now, a final record of decision will be issued that will identify the preferred alternative for restoring bears here. And one of those, two of those alternatives include basically reintroducing bears to the North Cascades ecosystem.
Dr. Woodland Park Zoo is a huge supporter of grizzly bear restoration in the North Cascades, but this really has been the center of debate for years now. So can you talk a little bit more about why grizzly bears should be reintroduced in the North Cascades?
Sure, yeah. One of the alternatives would reintroduce about 3 to 7 bears per year for the first 5 to 10 years, with a goal of having about 25 bears, a reproducing population on the ground. And the overall target is about 200 bears, but that's over 60 to 100 years. So grizzly bears are important in ecosystems because they are a large, wide-ranging species. They play an important role in the system. They dig extensively, so they aerate these big areas of soil, keeping meadow systems open. They also are primarily vegetarians, believe it or not. They over 90% of their diet is typically vegetation, so they spread seeds extensively. They also have an ecological and also a cultural importance to the region and to many of the indigenous groups. And then also the Endangered Species Act does direct us to recover species where we can. And the North Cascades has suitable habitat, suitable food for recovering a population of grizzly bears.
Doctor, we know there are some concerns with this. You know, some people are against it just because they think grizzly bears pose some dangers if they come face to face with humans. Some people living in nearby towns worry about the bears, you know, wandering into their neighborhoods or their communities. Do you think safety is something that people should be concerned about when it comes to the reintroduction of these bears?
I think hiking in the wild always comes with certain risks. However, millions of people hike and recreate and live in grizzly bear country, in the Rockies, in Montana, throughout Canada, and in Alaska. So we know that there's enough room in the Cascades for people and grizzly bears to coexist. There will be a low enough population of grizzlies on the landscape. The other thing is that we have existed with black bears for hundreds of years, thousands of years, really, even when grizzly bears were here. And so we know some of the things we need to do, and many of the communities that are adjacent to black bear habitat already control their food, keep food resources limited to wildlife. With grizzly bears, you know, there are some basic things that people do in bear country, like making noise when you hike, leashing dogs. So some of these very basic things can go a long way to minimizing the chance of a grizzly-human conflict.
Yeah, those are good tips, you know, those kind of preventative measures to take. Doctor, how does Woodland Park Zoo play a role in raising awareness about these bears and wildlife conservation in general?
Well, Woodland Park Zoo is a trusted community resource. We've been here for over 100 years, and we do have, and we've had grizzly bears in our exhibits for decades. We get over 1 million visitors a year to the zoo, so it's a great opportunity to talk about human wildlife and human bear coexistence. We have a number of programs dedicated to coexistence between humans and wildlife, with the long-term goal of making it possible for both people and wildlife to co-occur here in Washington State.
Doctor, we know that you are the director of the Living Northwest program, and Steve and I actually just took a trip to the Woodland Park Zoo. We got to see all the animals along the Living Northwest Trail, the wolf and the owl. Are there any other conservation efforts underway right now in regards to that particular area, the animals there?
Well, our Living Northwest Trail is a great showpiece for people to come and see some of our native wildlife and learn a lot about the conservation efforts going on. The two bears we currently have, grizzly bear, Fern and Juniper, are less than 2 years old. They are incredibly cute, and they really can help us bridge the gap between the bears that people see when they come to the zoo and also bears in the wild. So our Living Northwest Trail is constantly looking for ways to connect people with the wildlife that they live in and around every day.
Pretty cool. Doctor, thanks very much for your time this morning.